Folks, last night I took a stroll down Hollywood Boulevard, and you know, strange things are happening there. Store windows have been turned into glittering fairylands. Street corners are sprouting lighted trees, and everyone seems to be wearing a very special kind of a glow. So I said to myself, Dino, you know something? It's beginning to look like Christmas.
Hey darlings, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today's episode is me reacting to a really weird and really creepy vintage record of Alice in Wonderland. I shot this quite a while ago and I really hope you enjoy it. I love you, keep going. Hello darlings, it's Tess. And today's video is going to be probably an idea that I'm really going to regret. I am going to be listening and reacting to probably the weirdest vinyl record that I own. It is a 7-inch single, and it's made by this old company, Peter Pan, and I looked it up on the internet, and it's this company that was really big from kind of the 40s into the 70s by teaching kids to read, by having like the reader on the record read it out, and then you can follow along in this little book that they give you. And it says, you know, hello folks, have your children heard a good book today? And I knew that I wanted to play it and then film my reaction. And that was a couple of years ago before I even had this channel. All I remember of it is that it's weird, hopefully kind of a old-fashioned novelty kind of sweetness, as well as a weirdness and a creepiness, because be nice to have a balance of them, you know. Here is the single itself. I'm terrified, but let's do this.
Hi, boys and girls. I'm Barney the Book Bear.
And I'm completely freaked out. Nice to meet you.
I am scared.
It's hilarious to me that they've called it Peter Pan books, because Peter Pan is the boy that never meant to grow up. But if this is what children were given back in the day, I'm pretty sure all of them, like, could not wait to grow up if it meant that this weird, creepy stuff would stop being yeeted at them every Christmas and birthdays by parents wanting them to learn to read. No, Mum, thank you. I'll skip all my years of vitality and go straight to reading War and Peace if it means that Barney the frickin' book bear does not come with me.
On a warm summer day many years ago, a little girl named Alice was making daisy chains in the grass, when suddenly, right in front of her, ran a little white rabbit with long ears and pink eyes.
It's not that I don't like it. I am physically repulsed.
Whose idea was it for, like, not even a baritone, but like the bass of a men's choir to be narrating a children's book about a little girl? It's not even a good baritone. Christopher Lee kind of cool baritone.
A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
Baritones or basses, whatever, whichever one it is, with great baritone comes great responsibility. And part of that responsibility is keeping your frickin' voice away from stories about small children and rabbits. A voice of that deepness. Deepness? Depth, Tess. The word is depth. Should not be saying, making daisy chains in the grass. Instead it should be saying, and then the murderer was never seen again.
He was wearing white gloves, and he carried a green umbrella.
I'm really interested in the fact that out of a book and a record that's got so much limited time to tell us the story, that we just need to be notified that the rabbit's umbrella is green.
Oh, my ears and whiskers, I mustn't be late.
Can you imagine if people talk that way? I kind of semi-want us to. I think probably it'd just get a bit too weird and personalised. Because you know how these days, as with the internet, we tend to start with a certain expression and then end up taking it way too far? That's probably why we shouldn't do this, because it'd start with, I don't know, oh, my nose and shoulders, I mustn't be late. But then what would it be? What would it turn into? Oh, my lack of motivation and non-existent work ethic, I mustn't be late.
I'm a silly little rabbit from Wonderland. I've got a green umbrella and a magic band. I'd like to stay and play with you, but I've got things that I must do. Hippity-hop, hippity-hop, I'm on to Wonderland. So
I'm just really hoping that this doesn't doesn't stick, because I don't need to be thinking of this tune. I mean, what would it even be? I'm a silly little woman with purple hair. I have a YouTube channel and no one cares. Adulthood is terrifying, but I promise I am trying. Hippity hop, let's all just do our best.
This is fine.
And away ran the little white rabbit and jumped down the rabbit hole. Alice found herself sitting at the bottom of the rabbit hole, surrounded by many beautiful golden doors. Then she spied a golden key lying on a little glass table.
Oh, maybe this will fit one of the doors, and I'll find the white rabbit.
In the 40s, probably the peak time of these wonderful Hollywood, like, actresses, you know, Disney princess voices after Snow White came out, but they couldn't find a single girl to be the voice of Alice. They had to hire God knows what.
But the only door that the key would fit was a tiny door, which led to a beautiful garden. And this door was hardly as big as a dollhouse door.
Oh dear, I'll never fit through that door.
But just then, Alice saw a bottle with the words, "Drink me," written on it.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
And there was little Alice, so very, very small, until she spied a little box lying near the wall.
Why do those two sentences run on and rhyme perfectly when that's happened precisely 0 times before in the narration, only in the songs? Did one poet just sneak into the board meeting where they were writing this and slip in a rhyme just to screw with everybody, and then no one noticed because they were all guys drinking whiskey before 11 a.m, very, very busy making sure the capitalism that caused the world war that was going on at that very second could still continue? Love that, guys.
This is fine.
In the box was a small cake with the words, "Eat me," marked in raisins.
Eat me marked in raisins. Like, really, this is a magical place where drinks will make you grow and there are armies full of playing cards, but they couldn't come up with something better than raisins for the little cake. Really? Honestly, Lewis Carroll, honestly, illustrators of this book, what are you doing? There's sprinkles, 50 kinds of candy, but you're really ripping off my girl Alice with these raisins. Okay. Well, this rabbit is wearing a red jacket, a blue bow tie, a pink waistcoat, and a purple hat with a green band, while bouncing around ignoring all of his problems, so... Mood?
Oh my goodness, I'm getting taller and taller and taller.
Why am I like this? Someone kill me, please.
Alice was now over 9 feet high and so frightened she didn't notice the white rabbit coming down the hall.
I'm a silly little rabbit from...
I don't need a reprise of this.
Alice picked up the fan and started to fan herself. With each swish of the fan, she grew smaller and smaller and smaller.
The magic fan? These weird objects and little things of how to squish an actually very long story into something that'll fit on 2 sides of a 7-inch record. Like, how did they do this? Whose idea was the fan? A magic fan would be very impractical. I mean, what if you are a Victorian lady whose corset is too tight and you need to fan yourself so you don't pass out because the world has always hated women a little bit and that was reflected in fashion? But then if you started to fan yourself, you'd just get smaller and smaller and your corset wouldn't be a problem anymore, but you disappear into your own dress and be lost forever, and that's also a problem. Oh no!
That's small enough. I'll just throw this fan away and look for the little white rabbit.
As Alice searched for the white rabbit, she wandered into the beautiful garden. And there she saw a very strange sight. Coming through the trees was a procession of soldiers and all sorts of funny animals.
Are we sure the animals are funny though? Hey, white duck with purple spots, tell us a joke. I have a terrible feeling green spotted duck isn't funny though. I mean, who can blame him? You can't really tell a knock knock joke if you can't knock, because a wing can't knock. You know?
And a large carriage made of playing cards. King and Queen of Hearts. Queen sat on the throne, and everyone gathered about to watch the trial of the Knave of Hearts.
Guys, the frickin' illustration on this page of the book, both of them, is the weird Jackson Pollock, like someone got a, you know, like if you get watercolor on a brush and you go and it splatters down, like someone's got a nosebleed and they've sneezed, or the shower scene in Psycho took place. That's how that looks, so that's a very specific choice for a kid's book. Makes you wonder what the King and Queen of Hearts have been doing with their time. Are we sure the Knave of Hearts has not already been sentenced to death? Because that's what it looks like.
I'm in danger!
Just as Alice had found a seat next to the jewelry box, she made a discovery.
Oh, my dear. I'm getting taller. And taller. And taller.
Just at that moment, the king called the name of the next witness. Alice?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
So now we have the weird bluey green version of the Psycho blood splattering / Jackson Pollock, which is really great, but what I'm also questioning is that the king calls the name of the next witness Alice, but Alice has not witnessed anything. No tarts, no king, no queen, no knave, but she's just accepting that this is how life works in Wonderland, and I kind of admire her. You know, life is weird. This may as well happen.
This might as well happen.
I may as well be the next witness.
The king looked at Alice and said in a loud voice, "Everyone over a mile tall must leave this court instantly."
Oh, you can't scare me. You're nothing but a pack of playing cards.
Honey, you're allowed to be scared of playing cards if they're threatening to cut your head off. That's a bad trip.
At that point, all the cards suddenly rushed right at Alice and jumped at her head.
Stop! Stop!
And then, guess what happened? Alice shouted so loudly, she woke herself up. You see, it was all a dream.
I'm so uncomfortable.
So uncomfortable.
Well, this has been sufficiently creepy. One more thing I would like to add is at the back of this little book, it says, for only $4.98 plus $102 postage and handling, your child can own his very own Barney the Book Bear. Adorable, cuddly Barney makes a great companion while your child enjoys his favourite book and recordings. 12 inches high with soft brown fur. What, as opposed to hard brown fur? Your child will be encouraged to listen and learn the Peter Pan way. No. Your child's going to have nightmares forever because of this frickin' wide-eyed weirdo bear staring at them from the bookshelf. Hi kids, I'm Barney the Book Bear, and my eyes will never ever close. I'm always watching you. Always watching. Always watching. Always watching.
It's just weird. Stop it.
This is why so many vintage toys just end up being bought by people who enjoy creepy things rather than toys. Our species evolving to the point of being able to admit that mid-century toys were absolutely terrifying.
Remco's Baby Laugh-A-Lot.
I'm glad we've got here as a people. Nobody should have to pretend that that stuff is cute.
Just push the button and she starts to giggle.
Well, that's it for today's video, which has been a unique blend of me being an idiot and also showing off my very strange vintage possessions, because of course those two go together. If you guys want more videos in the future of me reacting to things, I just don't see how anyone could possibly want it, but if you somehow do, please leave a comment below. Also leave a comment below if you want to see or hear or experience any of the other really weird things I've collected in my time, many of them being vintage. Subscribe for more of my colourful whatever the frick this is.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll see you guys next time, and remember, I love you, keep going.